Dr. Corey Maas, drmaas.com facial blog, and trying to answer questions today on facelift. Another question that came up recently was how long does a facelift last? And there's a lot of answers to that. There's a lot of these sort of marketed mini lifts and quick lifts and style lifts and all these different kind of lifts that are very small procedures that involve a tiny little incision in front of the ear that may extend slightly behind the ear. They lift a tiny amount of skin, tighten a little bit of the Maas and the deep connective tissue layer, and then take a small amount of skin out and close it up. It does a nominal amount of improvement in the facial wrinkles and contour, and something like that may last for a year or so in terms of slight improvement. Obviously, if you're going to invest in that, I think there are probably better ways of addressing those kinds of issues. The question as it relates to standard facelifting procedures where we're doing it's different types now, and there are different types of facelifts. There's skin only. There's facelifts that involve the deep plane or the Maas layer, the deep connective tissue, all had varied lengths. I don't do the skin-only types of facelifts, but a number of people do, and they probably last somewhere between 3 and 7 years depending on sun damage and aging. When we get in the type of procedure that I do, where we're doing extensive use of the Maas layer, the thick connective tissue layer, in elevating and recontouring the face and using that as the primary method of resuspending or restoring the contours to the face, and then just gentle tension on the skin, we can expect 10 to 15 years of duration with a facelift. So that's the average patient, and that's kind of a big range, but that's as close as we get. A lot of this depends on the patient's sun exposure, their physical activity, and a lot of other factors that we don't have control over. But the most important thing about restoring contour is that, and facelifting in particular, is that it is a long-lasting quality result, turning the clock back but not stopping it from ticking. Thanks for visiting drmaas.com blog. Send in your questions.